evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has hosted an in-camera briefing at the Prime Minister's house, bringing together leaders of major parliamentary parties to address the rapidly evolving regional security situation. The discussions focused on tensions along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border, ongoing counter-terrorism operations, and the widening conflict in the Middle East. According to official sources, the session underscored the importance of national unity, support for Pakistan's diplomatic efforts, and a coordinated response to both internal and external threats. However, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party chose to skip the meeting, insisting on a prior session with its founder, Imran Khan, before participating in any all-party deliberations. Despite political differences, the government maintains that consensus and cohesion are essential during this period of heightened regional instability. Meanwhile, Pakistan has formally approached Saudi Arabia to establish an alternative oil supply route via Yanbu, following the closure of the Strait of Hormuz triggered by the recent US-Israel strike on Iran. The petroleum minister confirmed that Riyadh has assured Islamabad of continued support and supplies through the Red Sea corridor to safeguard Pakistan's energy requirements. Officials say Islamabad is closely monitoring developments and has constituted a cabinet committee to assess the potential impact on the national energy chain. While the government continues to pass global price fluctuations on to consumers, it is also exploring contingency measures to cushion long-term economic effects. The Pakistan Embassy in the United Arab Emirates has suspended all in-person consular services until further notice due to ongoing regional tensions. The move follows a UAE advisory encouraging remote work and advising residents to avoid public outdoor areas amid security concerns. The embassy has issued emergency contact numbers for Pakistani nationals and says further updates will be shared through official channels. Authorities are urging the community to strictly follow local guidance as the Middle East situation continues to unfold. In a significant diplomatic and security development, the United States has ordered non-emergency U.S. consular staff and their families to depart from its missions in Karachi and Lahore, citing escalating security risks linked to regional tensions. Concerns include potential drone and missile threats tied to the broader Middle East conflict. The U.S. Embassy in Islamabad will remain operational and continue to provide routine services. The warnings come after deadly protests at the U.S. consulate in Karachi, where security forces opened fire as demonstrators breached the outer wall. Clashes were also reported in Islamabad and Lahore. Heavy security deployments are now in place, and certain consular services have been suspended. For more on the situation in the capital, we go to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William. Sarah, what is the latest?
Thank you, Chris. Security across Islamabad remains visibly heightened tonight, with additional law enforcement personnel stationed around diplomatic enclaves and key government buildings. Officials say coordination between federal and provincial authorities has been intensified to prevent any spillover of unrest. While the U.S. Embassy continues normal operations, access routes are under tighter monitoring. Authorities here stress that these measures are precautionary but necessary given the regional volatility. Back to you.
Thank you, Sarah William, reporting from Islamabad. Turning to developments in Washington, the U.S. Congress is preparing to debate new measures aimed at limiting President Donald Trump's authority to expand military operations against Iran without formal approval from lawmakers. In the Senate, a resolution invoking the War Powers Act could compel an end to U.S. involvement in hostilities unless Congress explicitly consents. In the House of Representatives, bipartisan initiatives are also pushing for the withdrawal of troops engaged against Iran without congressional sanction. The moves reflect mounting concern over recent U.S.-Israeli strikes and the risk of deeper regional escalation. In another major development, a report cited by state-run television claims that Pakistan has carried out a strike on Afghanistan's Bagram Air Base, destroying an aircraft hangar and 2 warehouses. The New York Times reports that satellite imagery shows flattened warehouse structures at the base, once the nerve center of America's 20-year war in Afghanistan, and now considered a strategic Taliban asset. The report further alleges that Pakistan has conducted more than 50 attacks on Afghan military targets. Officials quoted experts as saying the strike sends a clear message that Pakistan retains the capability to conduct operations anywhere inside Afghanistan. Finally, Pakistan's benchmark KSE 100 stock index experienced sharp volatility, closing down approximately 1,350 points after early session gains. The index at one stage plunged more than 2,300 points intraday before staging a partial recovery. This follows a massive sell-off earlier in the week, including Monday's record drop of over 16,000 points. Analysts attribute the turbulence to fragile investor confidence amid worsening global geopolitical tensions, particularly the escalating Middle East conflict and rising oil prices, which continue to dampen risk appetite in domestic and broader Asian markets. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.